James is in front of the house working today, down here. Because of the settling of the ground and some issues, our porch is sinking. So he cut the old post out that was right here. And what are you gonna do to that?
I'm gonna build a new post.
A completely new post out of concrete?
Yep.
Okay. So what are you gonna do? Just put the sonotube in there and fill it up with concrete and that's it?
Yeah. I'm gonna take this back out. I'm gonna put the sonotube in here, build it up with concrete. I got rebar to stick in these holes here.
Oh, so you drilled holes for the rebar?
Yep.
Okay.
Then I'll tie it all together and fill it.
Okay.
Hopefully that works.
Good. Then once that's fixed, we can put our landscaping in over here.
So.
Well, I just came out here to check on the progress of what James was fixing on the front of the house, and I hear this noise, which is him cleaning the concrete mixer, which means he's done, and I didn't get to watch any of it or record any of it. But anyway, let's check it out and see how it looks. Okay, so he's got the sonotube in there. He filled it with concrete, and so when he's done, we'll cut the correct piece of wood to go in there and push it back up. I also want to clarify that the reason the porch is settling is not because we did something wrong, actually. It's because the excavator overdug too far. They were supposed to dig out 3 feet from the basement wall of our house, but instead they dug out like 6 feet. So they dug out into the ground and we had to put these posts in, which is why we dug 6-foot holes and filled them with concrete, which is what you see for every post around the entire house, and then put the posts on that. But as it settled, what's behind me, the posts leaned towards the house because as the dirt settled towards it, they didn't actually sink down, they sunk in. So it sunk a few inches. He's already actually jacked at the house a couple of times and put boards underneath them, which I talked about in a previous video. So this is hopefully the permanent solution. We are here on the front of the house, finishing this up. So that metal thing is what the last post was on. So you pretty much just drill a hole, and then...
Well, I didn't have to drill it. I just went ahead and put it in there wet.
Really?
Yeah, I just
that was smart.
Knock this bolt in there wet. So now, this is the old post. So I'm actually going to take a measurement here, and I'm going to jack this up level, take a measurement, and we're going to make that cut and stick it back in here.
And then it's done?
Then it's done.
Okay, and then we also have to do it to this post over there, but we'll do that later. Okay, so he's got his laser level over here on the corner. Little green thing. He got his measurement, and he's jacking it up. More?
According to that, it says I need to go a lot more.
Okay.
Makes me a little nervous.
Well, keep going. Block of wood's in. Not too shabby. Oh my gosh. Look at these 2 boys that have been playing in the mud. Elias is decently muddy. Mainly pants and shirt, but then here's Mr. Muddy Man. Levi, wait, come here. Levi, hold still. Do you have eyes? Oh, he does have pants on. You just can't see them because they're covered in mud. Levi, look at his hair. Levi, look at mommy. Levi, say cheese. Oh my god. These boys in mud. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. This probably isn't funny to anyone else, but it's funny to me. Don't you dare! You're gonna make the baby get muddy when I feed him. No, you got me. Oh boy. Oh goodness. I gotta get them hosed off before they can come in the house. Come back, come back. Okay, what are we doing over here today?
I'm gonna go ahead and pour another concrete pier underneath this post here. So as you can see, we have it jacked up more than an inch, probably 1 3/4 right here. And you can also see that this is slanting downhill. So it's because our foundation was overdug. We tried to correct the problem with the concrete guy, but you know how contractors are. So now I'm gonna pour a pier on this, flatten it out. I'm gonna drive rebar down into this to hold the new pier in place. And then we're gonna reset this post on top. So then tomorrow we get some dirt, and then I'll put dirt up around all this, and this will be concrete, so I won't have to worry about dirt sitting down in this hole.
Okay, and this is the one that we already did. It's done and sitting there. We are really having trouble getting this daggone post
We ain't
out.
having trouble. I just don't have the right tools.
Well, we're having trouble getting it out with the tools we have. Good night. Okay, so what's that you got in there?
I'm drilling a hole for some rebar.
Okay.
So
So you did finally get the post out.
Yep.
Was that a bear?
Yeah, it was just because they were screwed, and there was no way to take the screws out without either breaking them or cutting them.
So you had to cut them.
Yeah, but I just didn't have the right saw blade.
Prepped and ready to go. Got the rebar in there.
Oh, you turned the water on yet?
No.
Well.
And here's the concrete mixer. I just went and drug the hose over here, but I forgot to turn the water on for him. Oops. I'll go turn it on. How many bags of concrete you using? Just 2?
Probably 2. Won't take more than this.
Okay.
This is a Harbor Freight concrete mixer. It's my brother's. And this sucker is nice. Way better than mixing it up in a wheelbarrow.
Or a tractor bucket. All right, I'll go turn the water on. You're gonna have to do that a bunch of times. Concrete pouring is done. And after it settled a little bit, James went ahead and put that giant bolt in there. So now we just have to wait for it to dry. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. James just went and got some cinder blocks from over at the barn with his tractor. There's our cinder blocks, and we're gonna work on building another retaining wall here to kind of step down that dirt there because it's a pretty steep slope. So we're gonna do that today, and we'll see how it goes. Getting started over here on the side of the house. That's where the trench is being started for where the blocks are gonna be set. It's gonna kind of round out this way and then meet up with the edge of our sidewalk there. And I'm working over here. We need a lot of this gravel to use for filling in over there. So I'm gonna dig a lot of this out. Making progress over here. Got a bunch of the gravel dug out. Almost a full wheelbarrow worth. And James over here has almost got the trench dug. Looks good. Got this first section tamped down and the first block put in.
I'm thinking you can go get my red level.
Red level? Yes. Muscles. Boys, do you know how much those blocks weigh?
30, 60, 100 pounds.
No, 75 pounds.
75 pounds.
Yep. What is that lip you're knocking off there?
It holds into the next block, but we're putting these on the bottom, so.
Time for me to dig up some more gravel. This is so heavy. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I'm weak. I'm put up cheap.
I need to get more boulders, so I'm out.
Proceed.
Mom, I need to get...
I had to take a break because Isaac woke up and he was hungry. So I fed him. And now we're back outside. Look at the progress. James has got a lot in.
Mom, you ready?
Got another block down. Starting the second row. Got the first rock on there. It's looking great. James just had to go back to the barn because we need one more to put right here. Got a couple of the caps in. It's gonna look really nice, but we ran out of gravel to fill the blocks with. So we're gonna have to buy some gravel before we can put the rest of the blocks on top. Well, we really wanted to get it done. So we stole rocks from the driveway. And just like that, it's done. Got the rest of the caps on. I'll show you what the front looks like here. It'll look really nice. Now we just have to fill this with a bunch of topsoil that we're getting delivered either today or tomorrow. And then we'll landscape, put a bunch of flowers and stuff in. It's a couple days later. Concrete is finally all the way cured. What a beautiful sunny day it is today. And check this out. Under here is finished. Let me get underneath there so you can see it better. So now we just have to add the screws in those holes, but it's finished.